Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your old pal, the K-Man 1971, back with my comic book haul for September 2023. This haul will feature a nice mix of comics ranging from the Silver to Modern Age, and we'll have some fillers, some first appearances, some keys, and we'll top it all off with some nice Supernatural and Steranko pickups. All right, so kicking the actual haul off, we'll start with Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 32, which features the first appearance of Inferno Squad in comics. They actually, I believe, made their first appearance in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 video game. I don't know, I don't own it, but that's what I've heard. So I'm a sucker for Star Wars first appearances, even though they're a very gimmicky sales ploy now, obviously, over the past couple of years, but they still come out with some good ones here and there. So here's number 32, as well as number 33, completing the first story arc. I also picked up Star Wars Jango Fett Open Seasons, number 1, which features the first appearance of Count Dooku, another Clone Wars first appearance that I've wanted for a little bit now. And as of right now, I mean, I've been loving Star Wars. Not so much the comics. Marvel has been putting out some below the mediocre Star Wars comics, in my opinion, for a while. And but the Ahsoka series on Disney has just been outstanding. Probably, well, in my opinion, the best live-action Star Wars series that Disney Plus has put out since it's come out. And I realize, you can't please everyone, but some of the criticisms that I have heard about Ahsoka, it's such a beautiful looking show, and the action's there, and the special effects are there, and the acting is there. But I guess one of the criticisms I hear, and that I don't agree with, obviously, is Ahsoka, that Rosario Dawson is playing her flat and morose and depressed and down, compared to the Ahsoka that we know and love from the Clone Wars. So all I can say to that is, Ahsoka from the Clone Wars, she was a teenager. Ahsoka now is in her 40s. So I don't know, compare you when you were a teenager and you were in your 40s if you're there. 2, the character of Ahsoka has gone through a lot. She was on the losing side of a war. She feels that she let Anakin down. Most of her friends have died tragically. That can bring someone down, wouldn't you say? Anyway, those are just my 2 cents. Love the show. Sorry if you don't like it. But I myself, I'm loving it, man. Enjoying the shit out of it. So, and I'm looking forward to that finale. Anyhow, moving on. Taskmaster number 3, which features a first appearance of some character that was a trendy new first appearance sometime last year. So, why the heck not? Especially when it's like half a cover price. This was a nice deal. Bob's Burgers, number 1, as well as number 2, both first prints. Keeping it animated, Batman the Brave and the Bold, number 1. I love picking up, being a big Batman geek, I'm always trying to find interesting new things to add to my Batman collection. And I like picking up these first issues of animated comics that were focused towards children. So I think they're pretty cool, pretty collectible. And this one actually features a team up between Batman and Power Girl for those keeping score. Gotham City Sirens, number 25. And Gotham City Sirens, a little out of order, number 19. So really happy to pick up those 2 issues, because those were the last 2 issues that I needed to complete the series. Now I can finally go back and read the series in its entirety, which, pretty nice. All right. Here's a book I see everywhere that I believe that I'm going to start hoarding. Batman, number 436, part 1 of Batman Year 3. And this features, allegedly, the first appearance of Tim Drake. But anyone that's read the book will tell you that he only appears in one panel in the background in a flashback when Dick Grayson's parents were killed at the circus. And it's basically Tim's parents telling him to look away. So, as we all know, that's a cameo. But for some reason, this is coined the first full appearance of Tim Drake. So for that reason alone, I think I'm going to start stockpiling this book. It's one of those books that was out in late 80s, early 90s, heavily printed, but it's a first appearance of a major Batman character. So I might start picking more of those up, as well as this. Detective Comics number 648, which is the first appearance of Spoiler, another character that has been around for 20, 30 years in the Batman family. So I don't know. In my opinion, you just can't go wrong with Spider-Man and Batman first appearances. Another book that I've been hoarding for the past, I don't know, couple of years. Conan the Barbarian, number 242. It's a newsstand edition, and it features this now classic cover of Jim Lee depicting Conan versus Red Sonja. Nice. Speaking of the room, some classic reprints. Marvel Milestone, featuring the reprint of Amazing Fantasy number 15, and Marvel Milestone featuring the reprint of the uber classic Giant Size X-Men number 1. Nice stuff. Here are a couple of YouTube comic book community influenced purchases. Books that I didn't really know about until the community brought them to my attention. So here we have Alpha Flight number 53. I'm a gigantic Wolverine and Batman fan. Jim Lee is my favorite artist, and this issue contains the first time that Jim Lee ever illustrated Wolverine. So it doesn't really go for that much, but as a Wolverine and a Jim Lee fan, you know I wanted it in the PC. The Nam, number 23, some good girl cover art. Never knew about this book either, but I've seen it bouncing around in a couple of videos, and I do dig the cover like the rest of you, so wanted it for the PC. Gru the Wanderer, number 7, featuring the first appearance of Shakal. And she's obviously a parody of Red Sonja, like Gru is a parody of Conan. So, happy to pick this up. This is actually kind of like a minor key online in good condition like this. So I've never seen this book out in the wild. This was the first and only time that I've seen this book out in the wild. So very happy to pick it up. A couple of bronze fillers. Amazing Spider-Man, number 227, featuring an early appearance of the Black Cat. And my rule with ASM remains the same. Anything from Todd McFarlane and before, I will, if I don't own it and it's affordable, I will pick that stuff up any day of the week. Invincible Iron Man, number 72. Just a filler that I did not have. Anytime I can come across a double-digit Iron Man in, I don't know, like VF minus condition or above for like $3, I'll always pick that up. Conan the Barbarian, number 27. Still plugging away at that run, even though down to the nitty-gritty in my area, there's not much left out there that that's available that I don't own already in my run. So sad. Here's a case of an X-Men comic from the 1980s that I actually did not own and needed for my run. So, King Size X-Men Annual number 4, and this features the first time that Doctor Strange encountered the quote-unquote all-new, all-different X-Men. And that's been kind of an ongoing theme in all of my hauls this year, collecting historic first encounters between classic characters. I love that stuff. Fantastic Four, number 103. Classic FF from the Bronze Age. And what I didn't know about this issue was it was illustrated by the late, great John Romita Sr. I had no idea that he ever illustrated any Fantastic Four issues. So, nice. All right, last batch of books. And now we're going to dip into the Supernatural and Steranko part of the video. So, here we're going to kick it off with the X-Files, number 1. You can't be a Gen Xer or a 90s guy without being a fan of the X-Files. I'm sorry. And who did not love Agent Scully? Sweet Agent Scully. So I don't know what put this book back on my list, but I was feeling a little X-Files nostalgia and went out on eBay and picked up a nice newsstand, I don't know, near mint minus condition for under $10 shipped. This book used to be scorching hot back in the 1990s during the Wizard Top 10 days. So really happy to pick it up and add it back to the collection. All right. Frankenstein, Agent of Shade, number 1. Not really sure why I picked this up. I know it was Creature Commando's influence, but I can't really remember the reason. But I do remember the reason for this one. Seven Soldiers, Frankenstein, issue number 3, and this features the first appearance of Lady Frankenstein, who is rumored to be like pretty much the lead character in the animated Creature Commandos reboot by James Gunn in the new DCU. So we'll see how that goes. More Creature Commandos goodness. Weird War Tales number 110, which features the first appearance of Dr. Medusa, who's just basically this female character with Medusa hair, snake hair. So, I just like these old Creature Commando original stories. If I can pick them up for like $3 and under in hot condition, like, you know, a nice tight condition like this, why not? I'm going to top it off with a little Silver Age. Another one of my ongoing themes that I've been purchasing all year. Really been chipping away at the Silver Age list. So here we have The Phantom Stranger, #1. Another book that's been on my list ever since I picked up his first Silver Age appearance in Showcase back in the beginning of the year. So while I was shopping around for that book, I actually came across this one by accident. The Spectre, #1, Volume 1. Probably fine minus condition, but very affordable. I think I only paid like $40 for this book. So Premier Silver Age issues, I'm all about it, man. So last two, and my favorite, this is probably be my pick of the whole, well, this is definitely my pick of the whole. Captain America #111, which features one of my all-time favorite Jim Steranko Captain America covers, and one of my all-time Jim Steranko covers in general. The only one that probably beats this one for me is probably Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. #4, I believe. That white cover with the pop art in the background. Love that cover. And probably King Size Hulk Annual #1. But other than that, this is probably my third favorite Jim Steranko cover ever. It's just amazing how, like, looking at the interior artwork on this, how far ahead of the game Marvel was at the time. So, incredible. And I picked that up in a set along with, now this one's probably only like 5.0, 5.5 condition, and this is probably only a 4.0, Captain America #113, which is technically the more sought-after issue. Once again, another Steranko classic. But I picked up that set for like $50. I thought that was a great deal. And two Captain America books, Steranko illustrated, that I've wanted for a very long time. So that's all I have for this month. I will be back next month with another haul. Take care. Take care of your comics. Take care of yourselves. Take care. See ya.